Hello again, everybody. Sebastian Keynes here with another Watch Over Realms video. And this one is going to be the conclusion of my revamp of my arena teams. We're going to be covering my single target arena team here. Kind of did reformat the previous team that I had. So we're going to be talking about how single target arena, what type of compositions you can look forward to if you do have the roster to put one together. And at the same time, we're going to conclude the discussion that we had when we started with anti-air and then AoE Arena. Again, I'd like to thank Mo for joining me. Remember, he is in the DragonSlayers community. If you do have questions or want to pick his brain regarding Arena, the invitation code is DragonSlayers. Very easy to join. And just look for the thread that says Arena. You can tag Mo there. He will help you out. All right. So with that, let's conclude the series. Here's part 3. Okay, so now let's close it out with single target. So as you can kind of see on the bottom here, what I have kind of set up, it does involve Cyrene, but I also have Lily to make sure Ardea doesn't die, or the she doesn't die. But let's scratch this one. We can throw this one out the window. What do you think I can bring in for this specific mode of Arena?
Well, you can. Do you have what healers do you have available?
Which one?
Healers. What healers do you have available? Yeah.
Let me just click on the healers then, and there's what you see. So
great. We can use Elowen.
Okay, Elowen
instead of her. Yeah.
Okay.
Then you can kick out Silas and Ardea.
All right, let's kick those two out.
Yeah, now we're getting, Arbiters we need.
You want to...
Then you can use Valkyrie. Yeah. And I would use Alistair. And then I see you have Constance, so you can kick Dolores out and put Constance in.
Okay, I'm kicking Cyrene out, and then I'm putting Constance.
No. Cyrene, you still need her.
So, who am I kicking?
Elowen.
Oh, I'm kicking Elowen out. Okay, all right. Sorry, yeah. I thought you said Dolores, and you got her confused with. Okay, so let me go.
We need Cyrene.
Okay, all right. So that setup looks now okay to you?
Yeah, that's a meta setup at the moment.
All right, so let me go gear these people and we'll be right back. We went back and we re-geared the heroes. Again, all damage type builds, especially for Proteus here. We tried to put as much attack as we can on him for now, just for this example. He did suggest that I try to rev that up a little bit more if possible, but we do have almost 20,000 attack, 311 critical damage, 422 speed. All the mages here are going to have Tier Twilight because that's the best one, and it gives us an enhanced attack as well. For Alistair, Mo, you suggested Infernal Roar instead of Soulbound Arcana for him here.
Yeah, because his ultimate gives him a flat attack percent bonus. So I like Infernal Rage more, way more.
All right. Good to know, good to know. Again, Tear of Twilight is the one that we're going for. And again, he asked me to boost the attack, so about 20,000 attack, 406 speed, 314 critical damage on this build. All right, Constance. Invigoration set, right? And HP and attack?
Yeah.
Okay. And the other thing that he said was that if I did have the exclusive, let's just use it because he provides extra healing, correct?
Exactly. Also a bit of attack.
All right.
If you don't have the exclusive, I would suggest that... what's it named? The one, the obelisk-like thing?
The obelisk. Yep, that's the astral one.
Yeah, I would suggest that one.
Perfect. All right. Good call, Mo. All right, and then Valkyria is the same type of setup that we had for AoE Arena. We're just going to go with Infernal. And I have seen on her, and again, he asked me that later on when I come back to this, boost her attack as much to take advantage of her passive. And now we're also using Cyrene here again to get us some cost, but there were a couple of things that you had me changing her. So let's go. In the artifact, we're going to keep Luna's Advisor, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but what specifically did you ask me to do about her build for this setup?
Cyrene will be the main tank for single target arena, and thus she needs some survivability. You don't need as much rage regeneration or attack speed like in AoE arena, but she needs to be tough. She gotta take the hits for the team.
All right. And so for the defense threshold, you asked me to at least get to?
Yeah, around 5,000.
Okay. So that's kind of what you're looking
Apex,
for here.
You need... sorry?
No, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, you need at least 5,000, I would suggest, especially if you go Overlord and Apex. Yeah, and HP also around 45, 50,000. Just get the numbers up as high as you can.
All right. And we were kind of limited on the gear, but if I could boost the attack speed, I would go for that as well, correct?
Yeah, it's like the... if you put it in priorities, you want first survivability, next point is rage regeneration and attack speed. And also attack speed to get a little bit of extra heal out of Lunacy Visor. And also some extra rage regeneration.
Okay. So, yeah, so you can kind of see, folks, we kind of did kind of skew things a little bit more to survivability side. And then if you have the side stats for the rage regen and attack speed, we took it. But because of the Guardian pieces that I had and we were limited, we just decided to go for this example, just to go in this setup here. So this one here is going to be an arbor-focused composition. We can definitely talk about some less expensive options. So here in the first wave, I should have probably put
just the top.
It's right here, right? So we're going to plop her down, and hopefully she can sustain as long as we can. So who's going to be my second deployment here?
Praetos.
Okay. So as soon as that cost comes...
Put tiles down, yeah. You got to be in range to hit.
So right here?
Perfect, yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that.
And next one will be Constance.
So at this point, Cyrene is not coming out for this one, right?
No, she stays. She's the main tank.
Okay.
Yeah, and activate ultimate, and then immediately activate the Lord ability.
Oh,
okay, now.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you activate his ultimate, his attack gets a bonus.
So do I activate it now?
Yeah, you can activate it now.
Okay, there you go. All right, so Constance is ready. Do I put her behind Cyrene?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. One to the left. So
right here?
Problem. One to the left, you can put Valkyrie behind Cyrene.
Oh,
you want Valkyrie
right.
to get the bonus from Constance as well.
Well, you know what? That's just part of being with us scuffed content creators. So especially one that doesn't focus in arena a whole lot. All right, so we'll redo this again. Now we'll just add Praetos, and I'll make sure that as soon as I activate his ultimate, I do the divine. So divine did the hammer feature here does not need to be at the 2 at 3. I could use it at 2.
Yeah, you want to use it on the last mob in every wave.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, in the first wave, I would actually activate it immediately when you got Praetos out, because the first mob is, doesn't need a lot of damage to go down.
Okay.
But you want to have the Lord ability right when the last enemy from each wave comes in ready, then tap it and then watch how it goes down. It's all about the burst damage.
Okay. So do I have the Constance's spot correct now?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so we'll plop her down. And is Valkyria going to be next?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. You can use Valkyria or Alistair.
All right, let's put her down. And we'll use the ultimate here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really time the ultimates for Valkyrie or Alistair. They're just there to boost the Praetus.
Okay. All right. So in this instance, there I should have hit the hammer on the last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do I wait to activate Constance here for Paradius?
Yeah. You ideally want to have, especially in the later waves where the bosses are a bit beefier, you want to have the ultimate of Praetus up, and you want to have the ultimate of Constance up. So you have the maximum attack on Praetus, because that's what ability scales off.
All right, so right now Valkyria is pretty much doing it on her own. So now we're in the 5th wave. Okay, so here it comes in. Do I start activating here, or do I wait a little bit longer?
Wait a little bit. The first mob is irrelevant. It's always about the last one.
The last one. Okay.
Wave 5, is it 2 or 3?
I think it's 3. I can't remember.
Me too.
All right, so activate the hammer.
Activate everything.
Activate everything.
No, first Constance.
Okay,
Constance, Praetus. Yeah, and you gotta do it really fast.
Okay, there we go. Alistair hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, so, you can just use it.
Okay, let's use it.
I mean, the cool thing about Alistair and Praetus is when you put Radiant Erosion onto the enemy, you get a rage bonus for Praetus. But with the next update, you don't have that problem anymore. Because
you don't have that problem, correct. You got it. So it's just going to be even better for Praetus A1.
Yeah, it was kind of bad design because like Falm and the other new one, they were like using the Radiant Erosion for something they trigger for bonus damage or whatever. So Praetus couldn't use it for his own rage regeneration.
Okay.
Yeah,
there was some consternation about that. So I could see why they needed to kind of fix it, but I just thought that was the wrong hero to buff these days. The Praetus needed a buff. All right, so I'm waiting for Constance here. And I think that
it's not only about waiting. You just want to have it as much damage bonuses active, but your main job is to get that damage out on the last mob. You want to just blow him away. Bam.
Yeah, which is what we kind of did there. So here comes the last wave. So Cyrene is just holding her own really, really well here. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I told you.
This little epic is just so good.
Yeah, she's tremendous. She's tremendous.
Yeah, you surprised me with that one. Like, give her 5,000 defense, she should be able to sustain this. And I think that this is the second to the last one. If not,
last wave.
Okay, that's the last one.
The last wave isn't that important, to be honest. It's like wave 6 and 7. That's like the decision-making waves. If you win those,
I'll come back and clean this up a little bit. But I kind of got the general idea of what you got me doing here with this arbor composition. This is very nice. I was not aware of this composition, to be honest with you. And if I saw it probably in the log, I probably avoided it. So I never really bother putting that team together. But that looked like a nice composition there. So for those of you that have Valeria, she could be a good piece that you can form a team around, especially if you have Toreador. But if you wanted to, you could bring in Wrath if you don't have a Toreador and just start out there. Because of Valeria's low deployment, you can kind of put her at the spawn point really quick and then form something around her. So if you have the nightmares, a lot of the nightmare compositions, you can really build a nice team around it. Besides the one that you're using, which is probably similar to the one that you suggested I use, Mo, is there anything else that you can think of that could work well for single target arena for those that are in Plat 2, Plat 3?
Salazar. Salazar is tremendously good. I mean, he's like a mini Pretus. If you time him well, the burst damage he gives off can devastate the last mobs in each wave.
So
I would definitely use him.
I don't know if you were. It sounds like you weren't there for the beta days, but in the beta days, Arena was all about Salazar and Hatsu. If you had these two, you had Arena conquered, and then eventually the game evolved. But yeah, I think a lot of people forget of how good Salazar can be to really push you up into the tiers early on if you do have him. Some like to build him as a hybrid, because they like to use him as a tank at the beginning, but some just like for raw damage, right? So he is very good for that. If you have Magnus...
sorry, I just wanted to say, I had some really bad encounters with Nightmare teams in Apex. There are actually 2 people there, they're like always in top 100, and they're using a Nightmare team, and Salazar is actually completely nuts in their team. He really can compete with Pretus.
Okay.
And I lost 1 or 2 fights against those. I can highly recommend him.
So I'm assuming it was a Torolor comp that had Valeria on it with Salazar.
Yeah, and usually Lugaru.
Oh, Lugara. Yeah, I don't have Lugara. I've been waiting for him to pop up. No, he does not want to pop up. But yeah, I think he's the one that kind of unlocks things for the composition, right?
Yeah, he's the top damage dealer.
Yeah, yep. So, but yeah, no, Salazar is the long forgotten one at times. I mean, everybody thinks that kind of the power creep kind of left him behind. In some instances, it might have, but like you said, there are still some nightmare compositions causing havoc in single target arena. So, all right, Mo, thank you very much for showing me the ropes going on right now in arena as it stands. And I guess when Ingrid decides to pop back into my account, I'll come back to you and try to set those teams up.
Okay. Thanks for having me. I hope it could at least help a little. I'm upper middle fields in terms of arena.
Yeah, you definitely did teach me a couple of things, and I'm going to appreciate Cyrene a little bit more these days than I used to in the past. That's for sure.
Yeah, go to the hero ranking. You will see her there. Oh,
yeah, I would imagine. I should look at the rankings more often, but I seldom come in here and look at this. But one of the things that I do notice that when I do come in here and look at this leaderboard, that you are in here somewhere. So you know that Mo does do very well in this content, and that's why I invited him to come over and show me a thing or two in this video. I hope, folks, that kind of gave you an idea of how you could set things up. I know that my heroes were a little bit more of the pay-to-win scale, but there are alternatives out there that you can use. If you have any questions or any comments about this setups, please post them down in the comment section below. I also invite you to join the DragonSlayers community Discord. Invitation code DragonSlayers. Go into the arena thread and tag Mo. Mo will give you great advice with whatever roster that you have. Yes, he might have a stack account, but at least he has kind of a general idea of how things are working in Plat 3 Overlord and Apex Overlord. And then there will be other, we have other community members that do Plat 3, Plat 2. They can kind of point you there in the right direction as well. There are so many heroes that we couldn't cover here, but there are other compositions that you can put together. So, Mo, thank you again.
Thank you for having me over.
All right. And everybody else, please remember to hit like and subscribe if you did appreciate the content of this video, and I will see you all in the next Watch Our Runs video.